Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! I'm Chewy Mew, and welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to another Chewy Mew video, where today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I got in a mystery box. I was going to say recently, but it actually wasn't recently. This was maybe a couple months ago. And that figure is the Toy Biz Spider-Man Classics Manga Spider-Man. This little fella right here. So right off the bat, he does stick to a display base pretty good. I shook it pretty hard there, but yeah, he sticks to a base pretty good. And I never usually do this. I never usually measure figures, but I decided let's measure this guy here today. And he is 4 inches tall, or if you want to use a measurement system that makes sense, he is about 10.5 centimeters. See right there. I don't know why on this ruler they didn't just put like 1 inch here and then put the centimeters this way. They actually put them upside down. So if you want to measure centimeters, you have to flip the ruler upside down, which is kind of dumb. I mean, I guess you can kind of count it the other way, but well, whatever. So that's how tall he is there. You want to see him next to a standard, like a regular size Spider-Man figure. Here is my not first Spider-Man figure ever. Comparing these two guys together, you can see he's quite a bit taller than him. And also now, thanks to the improved camera quality that we have here, pointing here, we'll be able to see this guy in glorious 60 FPS 1080p, which my other phone recorded in 1080p, but it doesn't look, as crisp. Take a look at the head sculpt there first. Really, really good level of paint apps here. You can see the huge white eyes. This one has a little bit of scuffing from, probably just play wear. The other eye looks perfect, though. The big black outline kind of has like the Bagley Spider-Man look to it, except, like alien-sized head. It's not just one flat red. It's actually red with a ton of, like, burgundy, darker red kind of wash in there. Really, really good. They even carry it up into the neck there and the neck joints. You can even see, like, it's kind of hard to show, but if I zoom in like this, you can kind of see inside the neck right there. It even has the... They even did some wash and painting inside of the neck joint that you're not even going to see. Like, if we move it up in there, you can kind of see it. Which, that's really cool that they put that. I'm really glad they gave those things, That's just really, really good. As far as the rest of the figure, the paint is mostly pretty plain. It's, kind of very simple, basic paint apps. But I feel like it gets the job done here. So the spider logo on the back. It's actually not just a spider logo on the costume. It's actually a backpack. I think it's supposed to be a backpack here where it's a spider, but it only has like 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It only has 6 legs on it, so... But it is a spider, though, and the one on the front does have it also has 6 legs. Unless those 2 little things at the top are also legs. But either way, the backpack is this sort of like beige kind of looking color with a nice black, I guess, spider logo on here, even though spiders have, more than... That looks like an eye when you have it upside down like that. You can even see this is, it has, like, the little indents. It's actually sculpted on here. But that's really cool. You can even see the little, like speckling on it. I don't know if that's intentional, but you can kind of see it there. As far as the chest itself, it just has the simple, again, like, looks like a 6-legged spider, which I think those are fangs up there. I don't know why that's the case. It's kind of weird. It's a very much glossy color. I will say the head does look a little bit off with the torso part, because the torso is a much lighter red compared to the head, and also his fingertips being a much darker color, which to me, I don't know, it looks kind of off, but also cool. The rest of the costume is just you just see his exposed arms here with bandage wraps here that connect to the gloves. Nice brown gloves with these hooks on it. That's because it came with a gimmick wall that you're supposed to hook him to the wall. I might be able to give you guys an example here. You can kind of hook him to the wall on this little conveyor kind of looking thing. Then you could slide him up and down on the wall to make it look like he's climbing up. I think McFarlane Spider-Man came with something similar, which, regardless, that's a pretty meh accessory. I kind of wish I had it just to, have the background thing. And it has a cool picture of Spider-Man on the circle, like a little circle that you hook him to. That's what these hooks are for. I don't know much about manga Spider-Man in general. I never even read the comic book that he's in. But I also don't know if it's like an actual Japanese manga, or if it's just like some kind of U.S. creation emulating the manga style. I'm not too sure. You can see the belt right there. As far as the legs go, there's no additional sculpting here, and these brackets, they're actually metal. They're not plastic, and they're actually painted on, which unfortunately the paint is kind of rubbed off on these ones. So that's a little unfortunate there. And like I said, the fingers also have the same kind of paint apps and sculpt as the head does. Very, very nice, individually sculpted fingers. Very good there. You can't bend them or pose them or anything, but you can, they're still a little squishy plastic. You could move them around, but they probably would break if you moved them. The flesh color, which is very consistent on both arms, and it does, you can't see the sleeve here. This one is very straight, and that one's a little bit curved, probably from the little, like, you know, paint app stuff. And then the pants are just this, darkish kind of blue color. If we compare these two here again, man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm not even tired. You can see this one. This one is a much blue. It makes this one look a lot grayer. Where they're both slightly blue, but this one is much more blue compared to this. What you see in the camera is actually very accurate to real life. Just the very like glossiness is kind of weird. But yeah, so the color you see in the camera is, I would say, very accurate to real life. The background, the color is completely off. It looks bluish. It's much whiter than that because the lighting, though. But the colors you're seeing on him are very much accurate. These are pretty much the real-life colors here. The bottom of the foot here, this one says Made in China, and this one here says Toy Biz Worldwide 2003, Toy Biz Marvel Entertainment. A little bit of, like, paint sticking off right there. That's kind of funky. So, yeah, overall, there's not too much, like... There is sculpt on it, which is mainly just, like... I mean, also he has the really big, like, Sonic kind of sized shoes, which these are pretty cool as well. Little lines here. Pretty simplistic paint, just painting in the little details, but not like the head sculpt. Which is kind of weird that the head sculpt and the fingers have a ton of sculpt in detail. But the Manga Spider-Man, the costume does look like this. Like, this is how the suit actually looks. It just, I keep switching the stupid lens. Or keep switching the camera thing by trying to wipe the screen off. But yeah, so, this is how the manga does look, how he looks in the manga. It just, I don't know, to me it's just a little bit, like, the body is a little bit plain. The head is great sculpt and paint apps, but I love that they gave him a very crazy, like, disproportioned body. Like, huge feet, huge head, huge hands. Like, you know, like, some kind of manga have, like, that kind of design, like the chibi design, where they're, like, very weird shaped sizes, or just, like, body proportions are different. His hand, speaking of disproportionate body parts, his right hand seems to be shorter than his left. Yeah, you guys seeing this? Yeah, it's shorter. Huh. That's really weird. So I still really like this figure. I haven't mentioned it so far in the video yet, but I did have one of these as a kid, which eventually I think I lost it or something happened to it. I think what happened was one of the arms broke off, and I think eventually the head broke off, so I threw it away. But I did have one of these, and I played with it quite a bit, because, you know, the joints broke off. But not as much as my, you know, first Spider-Man figure ever, but this guy did suffer some wear and tear here. You know, it seems like some of my favorite Spider-Man figures tend to have a much darker, much less bright red color scheme, like Spin Kick Spider-Man. Yeah, there's something I just now noticed, that they always have a much different blue color than, you know, your typical just bright and shiny blue color. Like that guy. So one thing I didn't even notice there. But yeah, stick this guy back up here on the little display thingy right there. My lamp right here. But yeah, so I think this figure is, I think it's great. Let's take a look at the articulation here. So the head, it looks up about that much. Looks not really down. It does tilt side to side barely. You can't rotate it all the way around. You can't even get it to do like angles like at the side. The arms rotate all the way around. They go all the way up. He has a single bend in the elbow and a hinge in the wrist, like a sideways hinge in the wrist. He has a waist swivel, which when I got this out of the mystery box, the legs and the waist were super loose. The waist is still kind of loose. He has a single bend in the knee, and he has the weird, like weird kick out legs, which is kind of weird. I mean, I wish he had regular, like, bald legs, or if he didn't have, like, legs that were, like, this kind of shape. But, I mean, well. And a single bend in the knee, and nothing in the boot. It is bendable plastic, which you might break it, but... yeah, so the articulation, how many points is that? Like what? Like 10? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. 14 points of articulation in this guy. Not a whole lot. But also, this isn't meant to be, you know, a superposable figure. But also, on a body this tiny, I'm pretty sure it'd be hard to give, like, you know, double jointed elbows and knees. I think it would just be kind of difficult to give like this kind of body like an ab crunch. It could, but you know, you'd get weird joints like this, which, you know, to me it's fine. It's kind of supposed to be like a cool like gimmick toy or like a collector's figure to not really, you know, pose around too much. But either way, yeah, I think this figure is pretty cool. Put him back there. And so I like this figure. I had a lot of fun playing with this not this one specifically, but playing with this kind of figure as a kid, which, you know, it's pretty cool. I do have some kind of emotional connection to it because of that, but I think, you know, it's not supposed to be a superposable figure. It's supposed to be just like, you know, a cool nod to a weird like Spider-Man series, you know, which you know, it's pretty cool, and I like it for that. And I like it because of that. So yeah, here's the dude. But yeah, so that's over this video. I will see you. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know what you think about this glorious HD 60 FPS camera quality here. And yeah, so let me know what you think about this figure as well. And I will see you guys in the next review. Wow.